Parshat Naso is the longest single parsha in the Torah, clocking in at 176 verses. That's Torah's way of saying, hey, you might want to take a long, serious, and contemplative look at what you're about to learn. The main theme is sanctity and order, Seder, within the camp of Israel, a guide towards spiritual, moral, and communal conduct. However, there are also several important specialized themes throughout the parsha. It's all about how a set-apart people prepares for and maintains its sanctity in the presence of the divine source, both in the macro-tribal structure of priestly roles, temple offerings, etc., and the microcosm of personal morality, vows taken and fulfilled, purification rituals, and so forth. It is here in chapter 4, verses 21 to 49, that we are given instructions on what is necessary to sanctifying the camp, which is mainly the task of the Levitical order. Their duties are assigned in this section. Each group of Levites has a specific role in transporting the Mishkan. This is divine logistics, sacred IKEA, but with poles and curtains instead of Allen wrenches. This portion's theme is sacred service demands precision and responsibility. The next section is in chapter 5, verses 1 to 10. It concerns itself mainly with the need for purification of the camp if contamination is found within it. People who are ritually impure from zara'at or contact with the dead must be temporarily sent outside the camp. This isn't a punishment or exclusion, it's preservation. With the quick spread of certain illnesses, if not contained, any nomadic peoples would soon find themselves quickly decimated by the contamination. So we could say the theme of this portion would be the need to maintaining sanctity, which requires constant vigilance and personal accountability. Chapter 5, 1131, deals with more dangerous types of contamination, that of the mind and soul. Enter the sota, the ritual for those suspected of adulterous behavior. It's ancient, it's mysterious, and it makes every one of us rabbis sweat when asked to explain it. The theme of this portion that stands out most is that even suspicion of moral impurity affects the entire community, because all rumors, true or false, spread like any disease and can over time destroy the morale and the morality of the entire population. Therefore, truth and trust must be restored, and done so quickly. This takes us closer and closer to the heart of this parsha, personal holiness, which is covered in chapter 6, 1 to 21, where we encounter the Nazir vow, or voluntary holiness. Someone steps up to temporarily, for a certain period of time, to abstain from wine, avoid corpses, and not cut their hair in order to attain a higher state of spiritual focus. Think meditation on steroids. The theme here? Holiness isn't only a priestly calling, it's open to the individual who yearns for closeness with Hashem. In other words, Source isn't some far away or even in-your-face kind of sovereign, but Source is closer than your very breath, is within you and without you, and always ready to meet you wherever you are at the moment. Just talk with Hashem and listen too. The final two sections of Parshat Naso are found in chapters 6 and 7, with the giving of the now very familiar priestly blessing in chapter 6, 22-27, indicating the ultimate goal of all this order and sanctity is for shalom to be found in the tabernacle, the camp, and within the people. The parsha closes with the communal offerings in chapter 7, 189. 12 identical offerings from the tribal leaders at the Mishkan's dedication, each one repeated verbatim. The Torah doesn't do this for efficiency, but for equality. Each tribe's contribution matters. Unity through differences, each tribe is honored, none is redundant. In closing, if I had to distill Naso into a single sentence, holiness requires both structure and spirit. Each person, tribe, and leader has a unique role in building and sustaining a sacred community. If Vayikra taught us what is holy through its laws, sacrifices, and purity, Naso begins teaching how we live out that holiness in relationships, roles, rituals, and the everyday choices of personal, village, town, city, or national life. It's about divine order in a very human world. There are more insights from this parsha, and I'd love to hear from you and read your thoughts on this longest and very important section of Torah. Please like, subscribe, and share. Until next time, this is Shmuel ben Shlomi wishing you Shabbat Shalom.